Welcome to On the Fence, the show that's about helping you decide whether or not to spend your hard-earned money on the biggest and possibly best releases in mini form. BYTE-SIZED is back, Nick.
Yay!
Today we are looking at Ubisoft's latest adventure into hacking with the open world game Watch Dogs 2.
Watch underscore dogs. Come on.
You can pray our corporations treat you favorably, or you can take matters into your own hands. DedSec has given you the truth. Do what you will.
Hans, what is Watch underscore dogs 2?
Watch Dogs 2 is a game, an open world game where you play as Marcus. You recently joined DedSec, and you task yourselves with bringing down CTO, which is like the all-encompassing government-ran everywhere software. So like, you know, smart home, smartphone, collecting all this data and putting it out into the world or selling it to like companies so they can do market research and stuff on you.
I think it's called Big Data, Hans. The Googles and the Facebooks.
Big data, okay.
Big Data.
You've had some monumental fuck-ups recently. Sit down.
Hans, a lot of complaints were levelled at the first Watch Dogs for its shallow story and dull protagonist and settings. How does Watch Dogs 2 rectify this?
So the story itself is actually kind of in the same vein of Mass Effect 3 a bit, where like you have this overarching main objective, which is you have to gain like millions of followers so that you're strong enough, or DedSec, your group has enough power behind it to take on CTO. And each mission you kind of do, now it's not all side missions, there are actual story missions, but each mission you kind of do gives you followers. Your followers are also there for your experience, so as you kind of gain more followers, you level up and you get more points you can put into all your hacking skill. In terms of the actual mission variety themselves, each of the smaller missions, they're actually a lot of fun. Like, for example, the very first mission I do is they're making a parody of Knight Rider. And you have to go steal the script and the car of Knight Rider, and then you drive the car about town with the DedSec logo on it. Then that raises followers for DedSec. So in terms of stuff like that, the mission variety is a lot more fun and it's more varied. But in terms of characters, the characters are all pretty crap. They're not as boring as Aiden Pierce in the first game, but they're boring because they're all the same cocky, young, arrogant people.
Now for the big finish. Oh, the internet. Oh, the world.
How much has the gameplay changed from Watch Dogs 1, and what new tools do you now have at your disposal?
So, overall gameplay hasn't actually changed all that much. It's still very much a Predator-esque base gameplay where, you know, you kind of go through a warehouse or street or something and take down enemies silently until, say, an alarm is triggered, and then you have to go kind of full guns blazing. So it hasn't really changed all that much. There are steps in the right direction with the hacking skills. Like now you can like access cars to make them roll forward and knock over people, or you can tell gangs that this person is working for a rival gang, and they will do a drive-by or come and shoot them up. So there are steps in the right direction, but overall it's not taking full advantage of the hacking as it could be.
Hans, we really have a plethora of good open world games this year. How does Watch Dogs 2 set itself apart, and does it break away from the standard Ubisoft formula?
Yeah, it actually does. Like I said, we have been inundated with open world games, like Mafia 3, friggin' No Man's Sky, even Final Fantasy 15, which is on my TV currently. There has been a lot, and to be honest, going into this, I thought I was going to have open world fatigue, but Ubisoft, they kind of go against the usual tropes. So like, there's no having to take over territories. You can fast travel to anywhere on the map instantly from the get-go. Cars can be delivered to you automatically as well, you know, and you can hijack cars as well. All that sort of stuff's still there, but it's just the fact that it seems to be more like a sandbox for fun rather than as a tool for progression. So the tone of this game, Nick, okay, I would compare it to GTA 5. There's a lot of parody of like big pop culture things, like there's Noodle instead of Google and stuff like that. it's definitely more of a... It's like I said before, there's more of an emphasis on fun in this. However, one of the things of combat really, really undercuts the tone of fun, which is these are just hackers. These are a bunch of young adults who are going about doing like almost pranksterish things. Yet you can just straight up pull out a gun and shoot a guy down. That kind of is a bit weird. It's a bit jarring, and it's never really addressed that, oh, you just murdered that guy. The people keep going about like, oh, well, you know, at least we got more followers because we killed him. If that's a bit of a weird contrast, it's never addressed, which I don't really like about the game. The map itself actually isn't even all that big. They've definitely gone for quality over quantity. There's a real good vibrance to this city, definitely compared to fucking Chicago with the last game. Like, there's people, like, you know, walking about and doing stuff. Like, I drove down the road one time and there was just some guy cutting his fucking hedges, which is just a lot more character than there was when it was just the people walking about in the Chicago game. So they have made the map as big as it needs to be.
You've got a weird relationship with technology. You know that, right?
He didn't mean it.
Hans, if I was on the fence about Watch_Dogs 2, what would you say to me?
I would say I'm actually having a lot of fun with it. I think it's a real shame that it's been released at this time, very close to Final Fantasy 15, which I think a lot more people are going to gravitate toward because it's a bigger franchise. I think it's an even bigger shame it's got the Watch Dogs title on it because it's going to be tainted by how boring as fuck the last game was. But it's actually, it's good. It keeps in with Ubisoft's tradition of the second game always seeming to be the best. But no, I would actually, like I said, a lot of people are going to gravitate.
Far Cry 2 would like to have a talk with you.
But I don't think Far Cry 1 was made by Ubisoft. I think it was. But no, if you're not going to get Final Fantasy 15 and you're looking for a game that gets you over Christmas, this is definitely worth your money. I got it for like 30 quid, £28, and it's definitely worth that. So yeah, if I was on the fence, I'd say buy it.
Hack on!
That is Watch Dogs 2.
I'm here hacking off. Why did I think of this sooner? This is a great fucking thing for jokes.
Thanks so much, Nick. That is Watch Dogs 2, currently available on Xbox One, PS4, and now PC, ranging from £40 to £45. Thanks, Nick, for all your crappy jacking off jokes.
Hacking.